Hi, my name is Adam Lemieux, and unlike Jared Gorman, my passion for cosmetology and the beauty industry wasn't discovered in my youth. Rather, it was a longer journey with many twists and turns. Yet, against all odds, I find myself here, fighting for a passion I can tell is only in its infancy. Artistry was instilled in me at a young age. My grandmother was a hairdresser and an amazing artist. She passed down that passion to my mother. My journey to this point wasn't so straightforward. Starting as a child and through my early 20s, I progressively fell in love with art and creating it. I took every art class from elementary school through high school. Later, I attended college and earned my bachelor's of fine arts. All that time, my mother encouraged me to consider cosmetology as a career. Throughout my youth, I disregarded the idea of following in my mother's footsteps. Although I saw my mother's career as a form of artistry, I felt the desire to be different. For years, this was my main motivation and goal. I tried so many mediums of art as a teen, eventually majoring in video game development and design. Yet, after all that searching, I graduated still feeling lost. I drifted for over a year, jumping from one whim to the next. I set art aside and decided to explore other interests. And although some of them were fruitful, I still fell short when it came to a passion. I realized my desire to be unique as possible stemmed from a fear I had from childhood. I grew up queer and had to come out relatively early. I decided that if I acted like I didn't care what others thought, I'd be fine. As the only out kid in my grade, I leaned into that uniqueness. I thought if I did everything my own way, I would make people focus on my talents instead of my sexuality. After this realization, I thought about my grandma and my mother and how they shared a passion and how magical that must have felt. After that, I felt every excuse and fear lift. All that was left was a smile and a desire for my mom to teach me her passion like she has always wanted. Once everything was clear, I looked back and realized I've always loved the art of beauty. In college, I fell in love with makeup. In my 20s, I discovered a fascination with skincare, and I've always been obsessed with my hair. I don't regret any of my decisions or choices that led me on this journey. They made me who I am today. However, with the amount I owe from my first degree, it's hard to finance my new discovered passion. This scholarship would go a long way in providing me security and to relieve the stress of another loan. I've always loved to create. Now that I've realized just how much, I'm eager to get started.